Alright, so I know this is old news, but I really didn't get a chance to talk about it before this, so we're gonna do it anyways. At this time last year, we were discussing a very similar situation to the one we are gonna be talking about today. Back then, we were discussing the drama surrounding the Fresh and Fit co-host Walter Weeks being extorted by his ex-girlfriend via the baby trap method, and it appears that Elon Musk is experiencing a very similar situation today. Will rich men ever learn to stop screwing chicks without wrapping their willies? Probably not. But now, as of February 23rd, not-so-conservative e-girl and alleged baby mama number 4, Ashley St. Clair, has filed a paternity lawsuit for full custody and to recognize Elon Musk as her baby's father. I believe we should start from the beginning in order to fill in those who are not terminally online. On February 14th, Ashley St. Clair announced her second child's existence to the public via her X profile in a post that reads, "5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days it has become clear that tabloid media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it will cause. I intend to allow our child to grow in a normal and safe environment." Remember that. It'll be important later. For that reason, I asked the media to honor our child's privacy and refrain from invasive reporting. Ashley and friends also compared journalists being interested in this scandal to individuals trying to dox the baby. Maybe in the broadest sense of the word, I can understand where they're coming from. But if the guy that is running the cabinet meetings for the president is involved in a sex scandal with a public influencer, I don't think it's malicious for them to be interested in the story. So I guess if any public influencer cheats on their wife with another woman and that mistress gets pregnant, he should just cry about how the media is doxing his child to avoid accountability. That will solve that. Also, don't let it get lost on you the day in which this post was made, Valentine's Day. Whoever this media strategist is, Brian Glicklich, he ought to be fired right away because as I and most others deducted from this post, Ashley seems to just be upset that Elon Musk had not spent the holiday with her and their new child. If you were upset that you didn't get flowers on Valentine's Day, don't worry, you weren't alone. Whether this is true or not is kind of besides the point. It's not a good look for her at the least, and as a media strategist, I believe it is your job to avoid this kind of public perception. But who knows? Perhaps it was so urgent, 5 months later, that posting this announcement on this specific day was momentarily, coincidentally necessary. I don't know. It seems like in light of recent events, she was probably just scorned. Then, the next day, February 15th, the New York Post would release excerpts from an exclusive interview with Ashley St. Clair, in which she details how she and Musk met and why she decided to stay quiet for so long. Musk was very funny. He was smart. He was very down to earth. It started with X interactions and he slid into my DMs. I think it was a meme, she recalled. Maybe he was born with it. Maybe it was autism. He's literally just like me, guys, for real, for real. I have very conflicting views on Elon Musk. I really don't know how I feel about the guy personally. I saw him on stage at CPAC with Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, who recently scammed his entire country in a crypto pump and dump, which, totally unrelated but worth mentioning, was where he was handed a chainsaw, and it was absolutely the cringiest thing I have seen in politics in a long time. Maybe since Hillary Clinton's just chillin' in Cedar Rapids or Pokemon Go to the Polls. I'm not sure which. I actually can't remember the last time Elon Musk ever did anything particularly cool. It was probably the last time was when he told Bob Iger to go fuck himself.
Go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
I mean, that was pretty cool. But for the past several months, really ever since the election, he has been nothing but annoying in my opinion. The spending cuts are good, even though the top 5 largest cuts were fake. I just find it odd that a billionaire essentially bought his way into the government through campaign contributions. This is exactly the kind of thing that Trump used to criticize, but I guess because it's Elon, we're gonna say it's acceptable.
That's what, and by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the, I'm talking about to the television audience? Donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the The reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that.
Politics is a funny business. What can I say? The article continues. At the time, she didn't particularly have much interest in Elon other than his acquisition of Twitter. Right, because SpaceX and Tesla must not have been good enough for you back then, right? She first became aware of the billionaire thanks to her gay best friend, who frequently asked her to watch videos of Musk's SpaceX rocket launches. There it is. At some point, Elon asks Ashley if she's ever been in San Francisco or Austin, to which Ashley responded, "I'm in Austin and Texas a good amount for work," mentioning that she was employed at the Babylon Bee. Due to this, Elon would release the Babylon Bee back onto Twitter, and the CEO of the Babylon Bee would send Ashley to go interview Musk. Just saying that out loud makes it sound much worse. So let me get this straight. Elon starts rizzing up this chick on a social media platform that he just bought. He finds out the company that she works for got suspended on that platform. He unbans that account, then meets up with the girl for a supposed interview. Right. I really couldn't have guessed that they would be shagging not long after. Sounded more like Ashley was going there to complete the transaction, if you know what I mean. This photo is when she met Elon at his headquarters for that interview, and it is said that this is when their alleged romance started. Shocking. Who would have guessed? She actually reiterates this claim in the new court filings, claiming that their romance began in May 2023 and continued until June 2024 when she became pregnant. Ashley continues in the New York Times article by explaining that Musk had placed her in a $15,000 per month penthouse in Manhattan with a free Cybertruck in exchange for her keeping quiet about the child. Musk must have forgot that there was such thing as an NDA. I mean, he's just doing too much at this point. She also explains that she has not taken the child outside for any length of time because she was increasingly afraid that someone would discover that she was the parent of Elon Musk's 13th child, which to me just sounds like bullshit. I think the bigger issue with going on a walk outside is that she is living in New York City. It's more likely that she would get pushed in front of a subway or get bit by a mutant rat than for anyone to care whose baby she's pushing around. But ever since the story broke, people began digging into Ashley's past and finding a lot of interesting little details. For starters, she's a hypocrite. Wow. A political influencer is being a hypocrite. Don't everyone act surprised at once. So, for example, we have this Twitter thread back in July of 2020 where Ashley says that she wants a husband, 2 kids, and a small farm already. Well, she got the 2 kids part. Unfortunately for her, though, neither of the 2 men that she had children with wanted to marry her. And for the small farm part, well, I guess that'll just have to wait as well. I hope she can settle for a luxury Manhattan apartment. Also, why does every conservative chick always claim that they want to live on a farm or on a ranch? This is such an obvious LARP. They actually don't mean it, and that's very obvious. I mean, take a look at this girl and tell me that you're convinced that she wants to get up at 4 in the morning to shovel pig shit. They all want the aesthetic of being country. They all want the aesthetic of being down to earth and trad, but I bet when the morning rooster sings, they all wish they had a snooze button. Anyways, she then goes on to say this was not an invitation for marriage requests. Please stop. I'm not sure how a tweet about talking about my desire for a traditional family life and values makes me a thought or an attention seeker, but the internet gets dumber and dumber every day. Bite me. Now, normally I would say beggars can't be choosers, but I guess in this scenario in particular, they can. As it appears that only 2 months before this post, Ashley was seen on Twitter saying that she needed to get Elon's attention for a marriage proposal. Remember, this post was in 2020. Elon didn't buy Twitter until 2022. So she lied. Well, maybe that was a coincidence. You know, just a one-off thing that she said without any real intent behind it. Yeah, anyway, so Milo Yiannopoulos would share this image with the caption, Ashley St. Clair plotted for half a decade to ensnare Elon Musk, to which Elon would respond with a simple, whoa. I mean, that is really all you can say in a situation like this. However, by responding, it kind of gives credence to the allegation that Ashley's child definitely is Elon's. Ashley would then see this and not be happy, obviously. In a now deleted response, she replied, Elon, we have been trying to communicate for the past several days and you have not responded. When are you going to reply to us instead of publicly responding to smears from an individual who just posted photos of me in underwear at age 15? Now, to be fair to Milo, Ashley is the one who has been lying about her age in order to post stuff like this really ever since she was a cam girl and went under the pseudonym Sex Laptop. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that part. Before Ashley was known as Ashley St. Clair, she was also known by two different names, Ashley Nicole and Sex Laptop, where she constantly talked about liking black dick and hating white people. But like with every single great conservative influencer origin story, she found God or something and is now a conservative influencer, conservative trad woman, if you will, with 2 baby daddies and 2 children out of wedlock. Are you still following? I know, it's a bit complicated. Do your best to stick with me, please. It's sort of a bumpy ride, if you will. Almost like going down a back road in a pickup truck. Next, a former colleague of Ashley named Isabella Moody released these text messages between the two, which shows Ashley trying to get advice from Isabella on an ex-post draft she was typing up to impress Elon. Bro, is this funny? Yes, haha, love it. The pressure is on now. I have to be funny. Elon followed me. I need his rocket babies, LOL. First of all, what a terrible friend. What an awful and disgusting friend. Never mind the fact that she stabbed Ashley in the back by releasing these text messages, but can you believe that she was the one who told Ashley that this post was funny? Look, I have a theory. Now, I don't want to sound too schizophrenic here. I will admit I have zero evidence for what I'm about to say, but I believe I might be onto something. I believe that Isabella is not innocent in this at all. No. Isabella was trying to sabotage Ashley early on by getting her to post this tweet. She wanted to ruin any chance of Ashley ever getting with Elon Musk because she also wanted to plan to entrap Elon Musk. So when Ashley sent this message to Isabella, Isabella saw her chance like a crab in a bucket to pull Ashley down. Yes, haha, love it, she said, trying to mask her jealousy, but she made one fatal error in her calculation. Elon Musk is autistic.
I mean, we're trying to get good things done, but also have a good time doing it, and and have like a sense of humor, So, the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, Like you can't make fun of anything. So then it was like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah.
I don't know if the guy is actually capable of understanding comedy. That's why he created a department of the government based on a dead meme from 2010. Ashley's joke was outdated even by 2023 standards. No wonder these two ended up together. Good job, Isabella, you silly bitch. This is all your fault. As part of the ongoing expedition into Ashley's online persona, people have found even more funny and ironic things that she has said in the past, like this clip from her appearance on the Tim Pool podcast in March of 2023, where she continues to advocate for traditional relationship dynamics.
Talked about that Whatever podcast quite a bit, which they have these clips going viral, and there's one.
I love that guy. What's his name? Chase?
Chase was the second guy.
Based.
That video where he's like, I don't want to bang a dude or whatever. But there's one where there's a woman saying she doesn't like talking stages.
I saw that one too.
What is she's referring to, like the wait 3 days before calling kind of thing? Is that what she's talking about?
No. A lot of people were giving her grief because she wasn't very articulate.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I think what she was saying was actually kind of... She's upset that Gen Z really doesn't have traditional dating periods. Yeah. You're just kind of hooking up.
There's no definition to anything.
Stage. So in a way, she really was yearning for that. Hey, we maybe should go back to like traditional dating.
Well, that's what I was getting into.
She wasn't able to articulate
and maybe
it well.
It took her.
But it's not just. I feel like this is a majority of the Gen Z girls and the whatever they're calling that other generation. They really fell prey to this hookup culture, and I think a lot of them, and you see it here in her, even though she's not saying it well. They're understanding that it's not making them happy. And that's why I feel if we had someone that wasn't, Andrew Tate's great, right? The way he articulates this to young men. Hopefully he's innocent. That's my little disclaimer. But I like what he has to say. But I think there needs to be a version of that is palatable for women. That's saying the same thing, but palatable for women because they feel the same way. But the way that it's put for them is just off.
I don't know. The thing that makes this even better is how she states that if you are a man who wants a traditional relationship, then you have to be traditional yourself.
If you're a young man looking for a more traditional relationship,
go to church.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really...
A lot of people say that, but it's like, okay.
Supermarket.
You're going to go up to someone in church and be like, hi. Like...
that wouldn't be very trad.
Makes some people feel weird.
They say the supermarket. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. But I just feel like they have to live, you have to walk the walk, and you can't be calling for traditional lifestyles if you yourself are involved in hookup culture and things like that. If that's what you want, really, Tim's not wrong. You're going to find that in church.
Hello? Self-awareness check, please. Self-awareness check. Can I get a self-awareness check over here, please? We also have this post from 2019. Bring back family values. Make monogamy great again. No comment necessary here. No comment necessary. But then we have this gem from July of 2020 where she says, if women get to have the right to an abortion, men should have the option not to pay child support. Before the idiots start thinking I'm advocating for killing children and men not paying child support, I'm not. My point is that if a woman gets to kill a fetus because she doesn't feel like having a child, a man should be able to opt out of paying if he doesn't want the child. What an interesting point, Ashley. Let me go take a look at this post today and see. Oh, I wonder why she deleted that. I wonder, there must have been something. Do you think it could be because the entire point of Ashley having Elon's love child was for her to get a fat payout and never have to work again?
Should they?
I should have the right to trade my right to vote to not work anymore.
That's a good trade.
Let's offer a trade deal.
I will trade.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Trade it in.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty likely. And this brings me to probably my favorite of Ashley St. Clair's old posts, which comes from last year in July. 2 months before giving birth to allegedly Elon Musk's child, she posts, "There is no sin as cruel as alienating a child from a parent." Seeing so much of this everywhere. Amazing how only half a year later, she would then sue Elon Musk to be legally recognized as the father while also demanding full custody. Because nothing says quite like, let me go see daddy, like a court order that gives you the ability to keep the child away from his father. Anyways, in this new lawsuit, Ashley shares some pictures of the supposed text messages between Elon and herself discussing the child. Like this one, where Ashley sent him a photo of herself in the hospital bed after giving birth, where Elon asks how the baby is and says he looks forward to seeing them next weekend. We also get this photo, which I guess is supposed to be Elon with the child, probably from the weekend discussed in the text messages. Here's another set of messages where Elon tells Ashley that he wants to knock her up again. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna get this video uploaded, but I'm currently recording it on March 1st. And this is weeks after this bombshell dropped. And at this point in time, Elon Musk has yet to deny any of the allegations, making it very likely that this child is his. Now, I have a few final thoughts on this situation. For starters, both these people are terrible. On one hand, you have someone like Ashley, who has made a name for herself in conservative circles, grifting as a wannabe trad wife while simultaneously doing stuff like this. And by this, I mean getting knocked up outside of marriage. Now, this is the problem I have with conservative influencers. They are all paid by someone to lie about who they really are behind the scenes. They are often paid directly by organizations and donors to create a facade, a persona, a fake version of themselves in order to sell a message to you on how you should be, how you should live your life, and who you should vote for. In my opinion, this woman knew exactly what she was doing, which was that she wanted a big payout for having Elon Musk's child. She was looking to tether herself to the richest man in the world for a paycheck. I highly doubt she was under any illusion that Elon Musk had an intention of marrying her. And if she did think that, she's too stupid to be an influencer to begin with. But there is that text message where she did say that Elon Musk goes through women quick, so she is fully aware of what she was doing. I also highly doubt that she was in any way in love with the guy. You think that she hooked up with him because she was really into his Optimus Prime torso? Or do you think it was because the guy had enough money in his personal checking account to buy Twitter, be the richest man in the world, and support 12 children prior? The fact is, when she was getting her money off of grifting as a conservative, she was all about the small farm, traditional values. But when she had the opportunity to leverage up, she compromised those values because they never actually were hers to begin with. And then you have Elon Musk, the modern day Genghis Khan, net worth $380 $280 billion fucking dollars. This man is so rich that he essentially bought his own department in our government, but yet so fragile that when people disagreed with his views on H-1B visas on Twitter, his own platform, he went on a mass banning spree and removed a bunch of people's check marks and their ability to make money. Free speech platform, by the way. This is a bit of an unpopular opinion, probably. I don't know. A lot of my subscribers lean right-wing, and so do I. But I think this guy is corrupt, frankly. Some of the things this guy has done and are doing are objectively good. For example, I love that he made people in the government send a report of what they had accomplished in the previous week. I think that is interesting and it's fresh because it's keeping these lazy, unproductive bureaucrats on their toes. And it's also pretty funny. But really, he is nothing more than a special interest lobbyist who is looking to benefit himself above all else. Two of the most obvious examples of this are that he believes in free speech unless you disagree with him too much, then he'll remove your ability to make money on his platform. He claims he loves America, but when you say that he should be hiring Americans first above foreigners, he will then call you a racist and tell you to go fuck yourself. But we can get into all of that at a later date. My views on Elon Musk in this particular instance, however, are almost non-existent. Though I completely disagree with his lifestyle, I also think that expecting Elon Musk to behave any differently in this circumstance is naive. The guy has enough money to send rockets into space for fun. The guy is flipping over tables in the government and no one can stop him. You really think Elon Musk is going to listen to any Bible-thumping Christians wagging their fingers saying, "Hey, Mr. Musk, you can't do that. You're a conservative"? To my knowledge, he has never advocated for traditional anything. He is an agnostic atheist, which is fine, but conservatives have really put themselves in between a rock and a hard place, making this guy the front and center of their movement. Influencers celebrating that this chick just got knocked up by a guy twice her age outside of wedlock and was thrown to the curb like she was nothing is really telling of the principles of a lot of these influencers, while the ones also complaining about it look equally as ridiculous. This is the problem with opportunism. Conservatives have been willing to compromise their beliefs because a guy with money bags shows up at their front door offering to support them in the election as long as they make a few concessions. And now this guy is prancing around the White House unchecked. Is this what winning looks like, everyone? I'm not too sure anymore. But that's all I got for today's video. If you agreed with anything I said, don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to tell me what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.